Hi, I'm Danny with BuyTwoWayRadios.com. In this video, we're going to unbox and take a quick look at the Motorola RMV2080 two-way radio. This is a business two-way radio from Motorola that has 2 watts of power, 8 channels, and operates on VHF frequencies. Let's take a closer look at it right now. Okay, let's get started. Like I said a second ago, the RMV2080 business radio from Motorola has 8 channels, 2 watts of power, and uses VHF frequencies. Motorola says right here that this radio is recommended in buildings up to 220,000 square feet and with 13 floors of coverage. I find those numbers are usually fairly accurate, although many people, with this being a VHF radio, will be using it outdoors, as typically we recommend UHF radios for indoors. But if you're using it indoors and you're in a building larger than 13 floors or 220,000 square feet, I would probably recommend you go with a more powerful radio, maybe a 4 or 5 watt model instead of this 2 watt. Let's take a look at this radio. This is the only VHF radio in the RM series. With UHF, there are 3 models to choose from, but VHF, we only have 1, and that's new for Motorola. Normally it's the same amount of UHF and VHF radios. We have your normal registration cards, safety information. No manual in this box. That may change later, I don't know. We're recording this video right after the release of these products, so it's possible that there's no manual simply because of a printing issue, but you may have to go to the website to get the manual in the future if that's something that you need. This is the radio itself. Radio feels great, very light. Metal chassis on the radio. Let's get a battery on it. It's a lithium-ion battery. It's also much lighter than you would think. Connects to the radio with these notches on the battery, go into the holes on the bottom of the radio, and then it just snaps right into place. This radio feels great in your hand. It's again much lighter than it looks. We've got 2 soft keys on the side of the radio. These are marked so that you can easily tell which is which. They're rubberized, although they sit fairly flush with the radio. Accessory connector is on this side over here. And we have a channel knob and a volume knob. Let's turn the radio on.
Battery level, medium, channel 2.
This is new with the RM series, is this voice announce function. In previous series, you just hear a beep, or you would have to look at the radio to find out what channel you're on. Now you can just listen for the voice when you're changing channels or turning the radio on, and the voice will tell you which channel you're on. That's a nice feature. If your radio is clipped to your belt, it's nice to just be able to turn and listen for what channel you're on instead of having to look down at the radio. One other thing I love about this series, much like the RDX series before it, the speaker in this radio is incredibly loud. Our volume is maybe at 1/3, and it's loud. If we go up to halfway,
channel 2,
it makes a big difference, and you can go a lot louder than that. So if you're needing a radio to use in a loud environment where you can't use an earpiece, the RM series is definitely what I would recommend. Let's see what else we have in the box here. First of all, we've got our charger base. This charger base has a micro USB port on the back. That's what you would use if you were programming the radios. as well. You don't connect the programming cable directly to the radio. Instead, you connect the cable to the charger and then to your PC, and the radio sits right in the charging base, and that's how you would program it. Of course, our AC adapter is also included with the radio, and that micro USB port, that would also fit into that port on the back of the charger, and that's how you charge a radio. I also like the RM series. Let's get some of this out of the way. I like that this RM series includes a holster instead of just a belt clip. Previous series, the RDX series, had a belt clip that would attach to the back of the radio on the battery. But a holster is something that I like a lot better, because the holster will clip to your belt, and then you just pull right here and the radio will snap right out. That's much easier than having to get a belt clip off, which can easily get stuck on your belt, your clothes. So it's a much more convenient way of getting the radio on and off. This radio also has NOAA weather frequencies. So that's great. If there's a storm approaching, you can just flip to the weather channel and listen and see how critical the storm is going to be. It's a nice feature, and it's not something that you normally see on a business radio. Motorola is fairly new with that, and we're excited to see that feature, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to choose this radio over a close competitor because of the NOAA frequencies. Well, as far as compatibility, this radio is going to work right out of the box with the previous series VHF radios. So if you had a RMV2080 or an RMV2080D, this radio will work with it right out of the box. If you had an older series like the XTN series from Motorola, you're going to need to change the default frequencies on that XTN series radio to make it compatible with the RMV2080. But those radios are, the XTN series is around 10 years old now, so there's probably not too many of those still out in the field. Well, this has been an introduction to the RMV2080. I think that pretty much covers it. This has been an unboxing of the RMV2080 Business Two-Way Radio from Motorola. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call, email us, or enter our live chat at buytwowayradios.com. If you like this video and want to see others like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/buytwowayradios. I'm Danny, and thanks for watching.